Joining us now is New Jersey Congressman Jeff VanDrew to discuss this very topic. Congressman, always good to see you. So there it is, that report. You've seen President Biden attend there with the NATO emergency meeting, now meeting with G7 leaders, meeting with EU leaders. The big announcement at 3 p.m. is supposed to be that the U.S. is going to take on more refugees from Ukraine, 100,000 in fact, and the possibility of other announcements. Your thoughts on this and your confidence in President Biden in this moment?
Well, he's got to lead. I have a tough time being confident in the president because he has basically been weak and feckless in almost everything that he's approached domestically and internationally. Part of the reason this is happening is because so many people around the world see the United States as a weaker country. What happened in Afghanistan, what's happened with our energy supply, what's happened with law enforcement and safety within our own country, what's happened with our supply chain. All of that makes these countries like China, Russia, North Korea, Iran, they all feel that we're a weaker nation and feel that we're not going to do anything whatever happens. Now, I think you have to be clear on this. We can't lead from behind. We can't let the other nations lead. The United States is the powerhouse of the world. The United States should lead. The United States should be strong. I do believe that those MiG jets should go from Poland over to Ukraine. It's just the right thing to do. And, we have to, in some way and in every way, help as much as we can with the Ukrainian nation without us putting our kids, our boots on the ground. We can't do that.
$800 million worth of aid in addition to what has already been sent to Ukraine to include Stinger missiles, Javelin missiles, things to fight anti-aircraft defense systems, even these kamikaze drones. But yet that reportedly still has not yet have been received. Those Ukrainians who need it. I want to show you this because I think it relates to what you're saying here in terms of confidence. It's a headline from the Washington Post. And it reads, quote, top Russian military leaders repeatedly decline calls from U.S., prompting fears of sleepwalking into war. This comes on the heels of another Washington Post report that Saudi Arabia and a couple of other countries were declining calls from this president. How important is it that the United States gains its confidence back, or it's fear, if you will, from other countries with all these leaders meeting today?
Literally, this majority Congress, this president is pushing our nation down on its knees. And just to imagine that Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates and others wouldn't even return phone calls from whom is supposedly the most powerful man on the face of the earth and the most powerful country, or used to be on the face of the earth, is mind-boggling. It's upsetting, and it's actually bad for world peace and just world order. And, that's another thing I'd like to know what the president meant. The other day at his press conference, he said there's a new world order. Does that mean we're no longer important? I know he's not in charge of the new world order because, the money that you talked about that was put towards getting the Stinger missiles and everything else that we got over there, that was a big push from Congress, and I must say, to some degree in a bipartisan way, and a big push from Europe saying you got to do something here. We wouldn't be here if we weren't energy dependent, and we're energy dependent because of purposeful actions that this president took to reduce our energy output and to reduce our energy presence. He's actually created the situation.
Limited with time with you, so I want to make sure that I get this in for you. I believe you're a co-sponsor of the Make Russia Pay Act. The bill essentially establishes a fund within the U.S. Treasury that would seize Russian assets, which is a lot, to help fund Ukrainian relief. Is that correct? And Congressman, can you give me an update on that bill? Where does that stand?
It's in committee. It'll be going to committee. I certainly hope it gets a lot of support. Stephanie Bryce is the main sponsor. I co-sponsor it with her. And let me just say that it's only right. I mean, the destruction, the humanitarian losses are just unbelievable in Ukraine. The destruction of cities, the destruction of a culture and a civilization. We want to restore that. We want to help these people get back on their feet and survive, medical care, everything else. That's what this money would be used for, and it's the right thing to do.
All right, we'll leave it right there. Congressman Jeff VanDrew joining us live here. Congressman, good to see you, and thank you for your time.
Good to be here. Thank you.
All right, let's welcome in now our panelists for the hour. We are happy to